We had some really good content there. Okay, so this next one, I might be alone on this one.
Yeah,
Not
which one?
actually alone in the world, but do you recall a movie from the 90s that was called Shazam? And it was about a genie, and it had the comic Sinbad as the genie.
No,
Shazam.
it's not coming to me. No, I do remember there's like a new movie called Shazam. I think that's like a
I
superhero.
did notice that recently now that I've,
I
like, when I was
think,
actually
yeah,
looking into
looking
this,
at
I'm like,
this,
what is this
it's a
fucking bullshit?
super. Yeah.
So a lot of people, myself included, have a memory of this movie called Shazam that, like, had a, Sinbad in it, and he was a genie.
Hmm.
So it turns out this movie does not exist.
Oh,
It never
that was a
existed.
twist I was not expecting because I was ready to learn about this movie.
No. So there is a movie called
Hmm.
Kazam,
Okay.
and that has Shaq in it as
As
a
a
genie.
genie.
But,
That I kind of remember. Maybe I could picture like a commercial. Maybe.
bro. So this picture, I'm not sure
Here we
which
have
one
conflict.
actually came through. This might be the Kazam one, actually. Right.
This is the Shaq and Kazam. Okay,
Yes.
the world's most powerful genie. It's just met his match.
I never actually saw this movie,
Kazam.
but I swear
Nor have I.
there was a movie called Shazam
With Sinbad.
that, like, yeah, it was basically the same concept. It's just, that's like, I like that, well, weird concept of, like, in these potential alternate realities that, like, it's
Hmm.
the same reality with just slight differences,
Yeah.
where it's like
Yeah.
in this timeline, it's Kazam and Shaq,
And how silly would that be in the grand scope of the universe if that was just a
right?
thing where like, yeah, well, we're gonna do one just like this, but the only thing different in this one, we're gonna do Shaq. And like the whole universe, like somebody, some grand being out there made a whole new one just to
Well,
like
it's like
have
this whole
one
idea,
with
like
Shaq.
infinite realities and like infinite
Yeah.
universes, right? Where there's just like
Hmm.
infinite combinations of how things went.
See, I do subscribe to that in many ways. I do kind of believe in the multiverse theory. I don't necessarily know if I believe that it's all like copies or instances or re-instances of our timelines or universes, but I do believe that there's more than one universe. Like there's multiple universes, and I mean
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the fact that there's multiple timelines. So like our Big Bang is like one timeline,
Right.
13.8 billion years of time that's occurred in our space, but there's other spaces that exist within and between our space, presumably and by many theories inside of black holes or on the other side of black holes.
Yeah.
So, and there's like millions of black holes. Like there's like as many black holes as there are stars, kind of thing. Maybe not that many, but I think so.
I believe you.
You know, there's a black hole, supermassive black hole at the center of almost every galaxy.
Oh.
So the Milky Way galaxy, which is what we live in, I'm just quoting myself from my own book, by the way, right now.
Oh.
So
Check it out,
I'm literally
everybody.
quoting myself, but that's the highest credibility you can have. But no, this is it's real science based on what we know so far. Is that yeah, at the center of almost every galaxy is a supermassive black hole, larger than like any star and denser, and it has so much gravity, and that's what's pulling us, and that's the spiral shape that we see in our galaxy. It's pulling all the stars and everything toward the center, and at the center of a black hole, of every black hole, is a singularity, a point of
Oh.
singularity, which is like what happened at our Big Bang. You reach a singularity, and then you reach a Big Bang. And so at the center, or on the other side of those, could be a whole new universe that's just on its own timeline.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
I freaking love thinking about this.
Yeah. And each one of those is made so we can have Kazam and Shazam.
Yeah.
It's all because we
on the
need more
other
content.
on the other side, they've got
There's not enough
Shazam.
comedies
Yeah,
out
right.
there being made.
About genies.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this very elaborate scheme. So I don't know how. It's crazy though because we don't really actually have evidence for a lot of these things. It's just the theory that works according
Mhm.
to the math, but there's no like proof yet. So I don't know. And there's other ways of thinking about being in a multiverse or on these different timelines that doesn't have to necessarily include that. But this is the metaphysical look at being in a multiverse, I guess, with multiple dimensions.
Yeah.
Who are we? And who are you? So that was Kazam Shazam.
Yes.
Sounds
okay.
like the name of like a shit punk band. Kazam Shazam.
Shazam, like a ska band or something.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be a good ska band. We're going to be skanking on the show now here too.
For sure.
I scatted on the last episode,
Oh, yeah.
didn't I? I forgot about that.
You did.
And so if you're just watching this one and you didn't watch the last episode, I did not poo live. I scatted like skidded bop bop. Kind of scatting. I had to do it very
and it was
monotone.
about that same quality.
Yeah, well, I did it monotone this time because I wanted to avoid actually scatting. Because how can you scat? How can you talk about scatting without scatting? How do you even like reference to it without, you know? I can't pretend that it's because they're all onomatopoeias. They're all words that sound like sounds.
What?
Like bing and bop, right?
Bop.
Bing and bop are onomatopoeias. They're words
bop.
that sound like words.
Whoa.
Bing bop, ba-da-da-bop, bee bop. That's something different though.
I don't know why. That just blew my mind right now. I'm like, whoa.
Bing, bop,
Pop.
bang. Those are all examples of, you know. But then so scatting is like all that. Just skiddity bop bop
Right.
bop doo. You know.
Interesting.
That was a real take for everybody.
Yeah.
Last week was better. I put my all into
We're
it.
learning.